Hi, this is Vic Mignogna, voice of Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist. Captain Kirk in Star Trek continues. And do you know what the best podcast is? I'm going to tell you. Five-ish Fangirls, yeah!
The tangents as we continue all the way to episode 99 of the Five-ish Fangirls podcast. And we may all be adults here, but we don't care. We're going to talk toys. So, welcome everyone to this week's episode of the Five-ish Fangirls podcast. So glad you could join us. Let's start off like we do every week. We're going on a virtual table and see who's joined us this week.
This is Chrissy in Salt Lake City.
This is Holly from Wisconsin.
And this is Rachel in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hello.
We're ish. Brittany's on vacation, and we don't know where Mitch is, but that's okay. She's probably sucked in the vortex for all we know. But we have got guests with us this week. We've had a lot of guests recently. This has been fabulous. It's always nice to inject a little fresh blood into the show every now and then. We've got Billy Cooper, who is the founder of the Indiana Toy and Comic Expo, which actually I think we did a side trip and we talked about Chauncey and I's trip to this particular event last year. So it is not a new event to me, but we thought leading up to this year's show it would be fun to talk to someone who could tell us a bit more about it and the behind the scenes and all that. So welcome, Billy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I guess we'll get straight into it, like we do with anytime we have a guest. We're just going to skip news and not worry about it. It's been slow news week anyway because San Diego Comic-Con's coming. So Billy, give us a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of the history and how, the Indiana Toy and Comic Expo came about.
Oh, well, I've been in the nerd, I guess, culture since I was a little bitty. My dad got me to read by giving me comic books, so I've always been into it. I owned a store for a few years. Got away from that, and then decided, about 5 years ago, me and a friend were talking. I recently lost my dad, and I took some time off from work, and was getting kind of bored with just doing the estate stuff, dealing with that. And we're like, hey, let's do a show. But it's like, all right, let's go ahead and do it. And that's the genesis of how this all kind of started. This will be year 4, actually. So.
And is it always been in Bloomington, or is the Bloomington location new?
New as of last year.
Okay.
First year we were in Indianapolis, up on the northwest side, Caribbean Cove Hotel, up there. Attendance was double what we thought it was going to be.
Wow.
This was, we predate like PopCon and all the other shows that came into the area by about a year. So we didn't expect a good turnout, and we got a good turnout. Year 2, we realized we needed more room, so we went to the Wyndham West. It's a popular spot over on the west side by the old airport. It was good, a great turnout, but Indianapolis just wasn't, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Indianapolis just wouldn't fit in our vibe, so to speak. It's I don't know, it just felt very corporate and conformed, and that's not us, not me anyway. So we looked at a way to get out. It's like, let's go to a smaller area where we can have more creative control and be more part of the town or the area. And I grew up not too far out of Bloomington. So I'm like, I remember this town being just so, do-it-yourself, independent, free-thinking, art-based. I'm like, okay, that's us. We're going to Bloomington. So last year we went, and it was a huge success. And we're just like, we're coming back for this, be our 4th year, 2nd year in Bloomington.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, both my husband and I work for Indiana University, but we work at IUPUI.
Okay.
But we travel to the Bloomington campus, quite a bit. So it's like, oh yeah, the drive from, we're on the south side of Indianapolis anyway. It's like, oh yeah, one day, $5. It's in Bloomington. We know how to get there. Not that bad a drive. Sure, we'll go. And it's a nice location. It's probably a bit of a drive if you're north of Indianapolis, but if it's a decent day, it can make for a nice drive. Especially if you know those back roads down to Bloomington.
Getting into Bloomington, it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, my husband's figured out all of the nice back country, scenic roads to get to Bloomington. So.
Good deal.
Yeah. So I want to say I probably had seen like flyers for the show somewhere when you were in Indianapolis and didn't put two and two together, I guess. I never went. But I don't remember exactly how I learned about the show last year. Probably a flyer somewhere, because I've seen on your guys' Facebook you're going out to like comic shops and handing out flyers and posters and all that. A lot of word of mouth advertising. So I'm sure that's probably how I heard about it. Which in that case, kudos to you, because your word of mouth advertising is working.
Thank you.
Got my husband's attention because he's like, "Ooh, old toys, sweet."
That's a weakness of mine. Yes.
So is it always, obviously, you're a newer event, but you're working on growing. Obviously, even your first year was bigger than you expected. Has it always, looking at your guys' website and your Facebook, it's, the Indiana Toy and Comic Expo, but it's more than just going and rummaging through bins of comics and toys. You do like panels, and there's a costume contest, and the other and family stuff and food trucks. So is that something you always wanted to do off the bat, or was it just hey, here's some old toys, come buy them?
I'm not. Well, I always wanted to do more. With Indianapolis, it was really hard to get the food trucks. The hotels have, especially the one that we were dealing with, have clauses to where they have restaurants on premises. They don't allow the food trucks unless they give X percentage back, and no one's going to go for that. So that helped us with the move to Bloomington. Myself, I'm not big into the cosplay. I just not my thing. I appreciate it. I think it's an awesome art form, and it's cool. I like seeing the kids come dressed up. I think that's the coolest thing. Even if it's a Halloween costume, if a kid comes in dressed like Optimus Prime, that's pretty awesome to me. So, and seeing the families, I wanted to be more family friendly, more budget conscious. That's why we keep it at $5. It's why we always look for locations with free parking. I go to big shows, and I know if me and the wife go, we're looking at $45 each to get in, $20, $15 to park, hotel rooms, things of that nature. Before we walk into the show, I'm out $300. That's hard, So we, as far as the other things, I've always wanted to do the custom action figure contest. This is something I've always enjoyed looking at, seeing people take other new things, making things that the toy manufacturers won't make or won't do right per us toy collecting guys standards. So that, and then we've been wanting to tie in with charity more. Last year was our first year. We gave $1 of every admission to charity. And this year we're doing a custom painted figure auction. I don't know if you've seen that on Facebook or not. What we did is I'm a toy nerd. Most of my toys don't come from Walmart or Toys R Us. I like the weird, independent, do-it-yourself. Guys making 15 of this resin figure. Better get it quick, or it's going to sell out in 10 minutes. That's the stuff I like. And I hired a guy. He took my dog, actually, and turned him into a figure based on artwork that we had on the poster for year 2. So this little guy, his name's Reggie. He's in a little Superman type outfit, and
Nice.
we had these figures cast, sculpted and cast, and we were going to paint them and we were going to sell them. And then we kind of looked at it. It's like, why are we going to sell these? Let's give these out to the artists and the vendors. So I contacted all the artists and vendors, and we've had a large response. I think 20, 25 of these went out. And the artists that are doing the show and some of the vendors are actually painting these figures how they want, and then we're going to auction them off live. Day of the show, all the money, every bit of it goes straight to the charity.
Very
And
nice.
there are a lot of people who do. I've noticed, because it hearing you talk about the custom painting and of custom making of toys, it was never something I was really cognizant of, or I didn't really know about it very much. But like, people come up with some really interesting and exciting things, and I was just like really impressed with what people do come up with.
That's something where we're always pushing with the expo. We were really, really, really big into that. I like to see the handmade and the unique, not so much the same corporate stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the same booth selling the same thing over and over and over again. I like the creative and the art. Especially the do-it-yourself. It's we did this. This is my creation.
Yeah.
It fits with our style.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's like it sounds like, with your kind of more small town, or family oriented sort of style. Like, yeah, that really does fit with what you guys are doing. So that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we're just wanting to push that stuff a lot more. There's a lot of people that do it. Everything from people making their own. Was that lady that's going to be there? She makes scents to use during role playing games. Like, you burn these incense and it smells like things.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Adventure Scents. That's her name for company. There's really interesting stuff like that that you typically wouldn't see everywhere.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Sounds amazing. And like, I would never think of that, but then you see that kind of stuff, and you're like, wow, that's really creative and exciting.
It's just not the same cookie cutter stuff.
Yeah, totally.
That's what we're trying to get away from that.
Good plan.
Can you tell us a little bit about the? I know what the custom the figure contest or auction.
Yes.
Yeah, some of the money's going to charity, right?
Yes, all 100% of it goes to charity. We teamed up with a charity called FAR. What they do is they help out lower income families find the resources for help with kids with autism. My nephew is autistic, and my in-laws don't have a whole lot of money, and this foundation or this group has went out and they advocate for you. They help you with paperwork, and they find grants, and they help you get the things you need. My nephew, in the last year and a half, they've helped him get a behavioral therapist that goes with him to school. Complete 180 with this kid. So they help out a lot of people, but they're privately funded. They don't get grants, from the government stuff, and it's people donating and them doing fundraisers. We've seen it as, look, they helped our family out. We're going to help these guys out. So we've been helping them. Last year, I think we raised almost $1,000 for them. Wow. And I think with the auction of the figures this year, the custom Reggie figure, I think we can raise even more.
So this is a charity you sponsor or that you donate to every year then? Yeah,
this is our second year with them, yeah.
Cool. Sounds like a worthwhile endeavor.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. And keeping with the, as you mentioned, you're wanting to have your show, be very family friendly. I saw that there's going to be a family fun area. Could you tell us a bit more about that for anyone who may be planning on attending, that maybe is bringing little ones with them?
Well, what we decided to do is since we've seen a lot of kids coming, a lot of parents bringing their kids, and we're like, we got to give these kids something to do. Kids get bored.
Mm-hmm.
They can't look at vintage toys and comic books all day. I mean, they just can't. Yeah.
Especially when you're saying, "Hey, these are antiques. Don't touch them," and they're like, "But why?"
But they're toys, right? So
yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. We decided to make an area downstairs. It's going to have tables. We're going to have coloring sheets for the kids of our little Reggie mascot. Kids can color. We've got who's all going to be down there. We got an artist that's going to be down there doing free sketches for the kids. Game Preserve stepped up and sponsored the area, so we're really happy about that. Let's see. I got to look at the website too. There's so much going on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so your guys' Facebook page, it's like post. I'm like, alrighty then.
And we're not even halfway done.
Yeah. Well, considering how, I guess that's something we haven't mentioned yet, is when the show is. It is coming up quickly.
Yeah, end of August 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday, August 28th. Yeah. We got an artist. He's coming in. He's doing free sketches for kids 12 and under. Kids 12 and under are free with paid adult admission. So you kids can get in. Potentially a family of 4 can get through the door for $10. So
nice.
Nice, easy, cheap number. See who else. We got the Indiana Cosplay Association. They're a large group. They are donating all their sales of their prints for the day, actually, to the charity, FAR, as well as what we're doing with the figure. So, yeah, the family area is going to be fun. Game Preserve is going to be down there demoing games, more family-friendly board games and card games. So that whole area downstairs is going to be a nice area to where you can kind of veg out with the kids, or just veg out on your own. Grab a coloring sheet, and sit and relax. If you get too overwhelmed, or even come in from the food trucks and have a place to sit down and eat. So,
very nice. Oh. And I know you said that cosplay is not really your thing, but you guys do have a costume contest, which I've thoroughly enjoyed watching last year.
It was some great costumes. Great costumes.
Yeah. So, I may be slightly biased because one of my friends won last year. So.
Who was this? I gotta know.
The Rap Battle Spidey. He's awesome. He's a very cool dude. So,
he's my guy.
Yeah.
He's something else.
Yeah.
Just met him last year.
Yeah.
And me and him instantly became friends. It's like, okay, this guy's got to be the nicest guy on the face of the planet. So,
yeah, he is. So, and I know he's very... Yeah, I'm part of it's not part of the ICA, but there's an Indiana cosplayers Facebook page where it's just, anyone and everyone goes to Indiana conventions and likes to cosplay. And I know Jackie's all like hyping up, it's a one-day show, and, it's not really, a con per se, but, I cosplayed when I attended last year, and I probably will be in cosplay again when I go this year too. So it does make for even with people rummaging through bins of old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures and comics, it is fun to be in costume. Especially if you find something you're like, hey, that's what I'm wearing.
Makes for an awesome photo op too.
It does, and I had actually that was the show I was at last year where I was cosplaying Applejack, and I had that first like Disney character experience with a little kid that was just talking to me like I was actually Applejack from My Little Pony, and just in character having this moment. So it's a little special memory of that particular show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, with the cosplay stuff, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I help write the rules and then just hand it over to them. Like, here, you guys run this. Tell me what you need. I'll get the trophies. Cool, we're good. You can handle it. I got other stuff I got to do. See, Chris is back as a judge. Kristen's convention scene. He runs like a lot of the makeup contests and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That like Days of the Dead and stuff like that. And then Mary she's coming over from Ohio. She's a friend of mine's wife. She's awesome. She does this really cool, like two-tone Mystique cosplay that's kind of fun. And then we got a celebrity judge, Pam Thrash from B97, is coming, and she's going to be one of the celebrity judges.
Yeah, I was just looking at the website of Mary's cosplay. That is fantastic. She definitely knows what she's doing.
She's good. She does a lot of. She's really big in the G.I. Joe cosplay world. She does like the female Cobra Troopers and things, and they organize like calendars and stuff with pinups and things they donate the money to troops and things. So yeah, she's awesome. She does a really good job. Because I'm digging through the website too. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
It's
just that you've got a lot. Organizing an event like this, there's a lot you have to remember, and most of it you forget.
Which is why you put it on the website.
Tell me.
I love your guys' rules for the costume contest. I mean, some of it's stuff you see quite a lot. And no fighting, no real weapons, that sort of thing. But I love some of the other things like mind, metallic minions mind controlled to gnaw the ankles of your foes.
Someone finally reads the rules. I appreciate that. That's awesome. No one gets it. A buddy of mine. I kind of gave him the guidelines and we wrote it and stuff and. He just had fun with it. He's an English major, so he just went crazy. So I'm like, have at it, man. Go for it.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what you're trying to, I guess, accomplish as far as having a costume / cosplay contest. Some events take them very seriously and they've got rules and you don't. You have to make everything and blah, 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 blah. And your guys' I think, is a bit more laid back, and I think it makes it, a bit more fun, I think, in some ways. Some people, some of the costumes that I saw last year, though, I mean, some people brought some very elaborate, really well done costumes. So the guy that... I don't remember his name, but the guy that did the Great Pumpkin, his interpretation of the Great Pumpkin from Charlie Brown. I've actually seen him at a couple of other cons with that particular costume. It's an amazing costume.
He typically, before this, he was doing dressing up as Frankenberry.
No,
and this thing's like the Frankenberry costume was like 7 feet tall.
Wow!
And had like had a heartbeat thing, like a speaker in it. And the first time I heard it, I thought I was having a stroke. I was like, here's my heart. My heart's in my ears. I'm going to die at my own convention. This is no good. And then here come Frankenberry around the corner. I'm like, okay, well, let's see. Not dead.
Just when I think, okay, I've seen it all with cosplay, I hear about another one, Frankenberry. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to look it up and Google it. This Frankenberry costume is massive. I mean, it is huge. And it's really, really cool. And it's pink. It's awesome. It's pretty great. I'm looking through here to see. We got the 501st and the Rebel Legion are back.
Because they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
You go anywhere, there's the 50.
Yeah, they're like Starbucks that way.
And you do have a local division of the Ghostbusters.
Yes, out of Jasper. They're just as big as the 501st. I think there's like 20-something of them. I tried to explain to them there's only 4 Ghostbusters and they don't listen. So
we've got I've seen our Salt Lake chapter of them running around our Comic-Con, so yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
They're all over the place.
Let's see, Artist Alley's full. No more spots out there.
There goes my wallet. Always a weak point for me. So I mean, it's great, especially considering the space you guys use for the show is not the largest. I mean, it's decent for being Bloomington,
yes.
But compared to like the Indianapolis Convention Center, it's a bit tiny. But you do a good job of making sure you get a good variety of people and utilizing the space you have. And your Artist Alley, I just walked and saw them, and I'm like, oh well, there goes all my money.
I'm very, very proud of our Artist Alley. I've cultivated that over the last 4 years, and handpick a lot of them. A lot of them are personal friends, and I make sure everyone from Stuart and Gavin, Stuart Sager and Gavin Smith, they're at every convention in Indianapolis, but they're good friends of mine, so they're always going to be there. And we always try to keep local Indianapolis area or Indiana area artists. Quite a lot of these guys are. So, but we tend to grab I think the better of the best. Not bragging, but like I said, I'm an art snob more than I am a toy snob. So, if I wouldn't buy from them, they're not there. That's just how I kind of look at it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So. Let me think. What else we got? We got a special guest, an artist named Kyle Starks. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him.
Not off the top of my head.
He did a graphic novel for Image called Sex Castle, and it's like a 80s throwback, like revenge thing. It's kind of makes fun of the old 80s action movies. It just got picked up by the Russo brothers, the guys that made Captain America: Civil War.
Wow.
And they picked it up, and the guys from Workaholics are going to star in it, apparently. So
wow.
Come meet Kyle before he's like Robert Kirkman rich famous.
Come meet him now. Before he's surrounded by throngs of fans.
Yeah, I remember seeing Robert Kirkman at like little conventions in Kentucky with no fanfare. So now I can't get near the guy.
So here's your chance, people, before this guy is super famous.
Get him to sign stuff that you can sell on eBay for an inflated price.
Or that you may want to just, hang on to for yourself. Show your kids, like, hey, I got this for like $10 or $20.
Yeah.
In Bloomington, Indiana.
There you go. Yeah, we're still working. We still got some more stuff to announce. We got a couple of bigger name artists I've got to finalize. I've got a couple of more panels I've got to finalize. So this is going to run all the way down to like the last week of the show before I get everything in stone.
I believe it.
This is tough. Yeah, it's been a rough one this year. But it'll be all right. Yeah.
Well, the show's a little earlier than it was last year too, isn't it?
No, actually, we're a little later.
Really?
Well,
Why do I remember it being later last year?
They were right around the same time.
Okay.
Right around the same time.
Everything just blurs together, apparently.
I know.
I started going to so many conventions.
I tend to keep it at the end of August. All the kids come back to IU about 2 weeks before the 28th, right around in there. School starts, I think, like the week before.
Yeah. So
it gets everybody a chance to get into town and get unpacked at least.
Okay.
It's nice to have something in August you can actually look forward to, and because I know I know how I am. Like by the time August rolls around, I'm like I'm so done with summer, and there's not much fun going on. Everyone's just trying to get ready for school, but you've got this one more thing ready to go.
Yeah, One last thing.
Yeah.
One last thing. Yeah.
Well, it's nice because the show's only $5 to get in, considering a lot of people probably went to Gen Con at the beginning of the month and don't have any money
true.
left.
I haven't been to Gen Con in probably 7-8 years, so I don't even know how much it costs now.
A lot.
A lot? Yeah.
A lot.
I think the last time I went, it was like $75 or $80 for the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is. I'm going this year, but I'm going on a press pass, so I'm going for free. So thank goodness. Otherwise, I would not be going. But even then, I'm glad that I can look forward to another show and know that it's only going to cost me $5 to get into.
That's why we keep the price low, and we're going to keep it $5 for as long as I'm around. So until someone comes in and buys me out or what have you, I'm not. We're not going to raise the price.
Nice, very nice.
We're going to try to keep it the same, even if we get bigger. I still want to try to keep it cheap.
Which is such a switch from so many other big shows that they like with my own local convention, Salt Lake Comic Con. I mean, I went the first year and it was fairly inexpensive, and now it's just gotten bigger and bigger, and it's gotten more and more expensive. And I still go because I like it, but yeah, the price can definitely be an issue sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one I see in the news? It's always fighting with San Diego.
Well, yeah, probably because
okay.
They all think Salt Lake and San Diego are the same somehow. I don't know why. The letters are similar, and I don't know. San Diego just likes to pick fights with the little guys, I think.
That they do. That they do.
Oh, San Diego. Anyway.
Even though they're nothing alike.
No, not at all. Awesome. Oh. Well, is there anything else you want to plug or share? Or obviously, we mentioned that it's only $5 to get in, which is great. Do you have hours set yet for the show? Or are you still working on that?
Oh no, hours are going to run 9 in the morning until food trucks start setting up. I think around 10 o'clock. I know the coffee truck will be there at 8:30. Hopefully 8 o'clock or earlier. Actually, I'm going to need all the help I can get. So,
you're like, get here as soon as you can.
Yeah, I'll be there at 5:30. So if they want to show up and they listen to this, that would be awesome. Because I could use a gallon jug of iced coffee quickly. Yeah, it's $5 to get in. Like I said, $5. Kids are free, 12 and under. And there's something for everybody. I think we get a little bit of everything covered, everything from the different, contests to the panels to, there's toys, there's comics, there's art, a lot of art. I think we're a half artist alley, actually. So there's something for everybody, I hope. No celebrities, sorry. But that's why
I'll be there.
Oh, there you go. All right, me too.
Yeah, Rachel will be there. Go see her, people.
I don't have a table or anything, but I'll be there,
Yeah.
You'll see her.
See me in the hallway.
I forgot to plug. Our Artist Alley is sponsored by Vintage Phoenix, which is a long-running comic book store down in Bloomington. So they've been nice enough to step up, and so is Game Preserve down in Bloomington. So they've been really instrumental in helping out behind the scenes. So we're pretty awesome to have the local stores step in and help. And yeah, other than that, that's all I got. We'll have the panels and everything, the schedule up soon. I'm still updating the website as we go. So, yeah, be on the lookout. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, more so on Instagram and Facebook. I'm really not a Twitter guy. And check the website out.
Okay, I have to ask, only because it's tentatively written on our list. How is Pokemon Go affected?
There's a teaser on Facebook, details coming.
We have a street team on the ground as of last week when this opened up, We are mapping out every little hot spot within 2-3 blocks of the convention center, and including I believe the convention center itself might be a gym. I'm not sure. So we are going to be dropping those little incense lures everywhere all weekend long.
That is fantastic.
Cool.
And that's just the start. We're working with GameStop as well, and I think we've got something worked out with them of some other fun prizes and stuff for kids when it comes to the Pokemon Go. So there's some stuff working on the background. We just got to get it ironed out and the logistics and work on the logistics. But we're going to be very Pokemon Go friendly. I guess is how we could say it for right now.
That's cool.
If that is incentive, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I've been obsessed with the game. Me and my husband go out to the park and play, and when I saw that on your thing, I was like, that is pretty sweet, especially since it's so brand new and how fast that you've been able to put that together. So
we're trying. We're trying.
Yeah.
I just had to download it last night. Me and the wife were on the way to the movie theater, to the drive-in actually. And I'm like, well, I got to get this Pokemon Go app. It's like, why? I'm like, well, I'm going to catch Pokemon while at the movie at the drive-in. So I learned to use that app at the drive-in last night. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't quite get it. I'm old. Well,
it took me a while to figure out because it doesn't really have a tutorial or anything. But like my husband started it before I did, and I'm just like, what the heck? Okay, because I understand Pokemon because I've played it before, but I'm just like, some of this isn't very intuitive. But once I got it, I was just like, we were at an outdoor concert last night and just going nuts with it.
Kids are just. I live over by a college, and kids are everywhere. I mean, they're not even back in school yet, and there's just. It's herds of kids everywhere. It's crazy. I've never seen this many people up and moving. It's nuts. I'm not a Pokemon guy. I just more than anything I want to see what this company does next with this technology.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect it to go this big, but. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, I just wanted to ask that question, not turn this into the Pokemon Go topic, but
it's everywhere.
It is everywhere.
We got plans for it. We're going to do something with it. We just got to make sure it's, I guess, legal.
Yeah.
So to speak. So.
Yeah, and it's brand new, so. Whatever mistakes you make, it's new. You'll figure it out as you go along. I'm sure.
Yeah. Hope so.
Yeah. Well, awesome. And I'll put this up as hopefully as soon as we're done recording here. So hopefully people will catch it. But I also wanted to, I guess, let you plug. You guys are going to be doing a little giveaway at the movies on, was it Monday for Batman?
Yeah.
If you happen to be local.
The Carmike Theater over in Plainfield actually on July 25th, the day after San Diego wraps. They're playing Batman the Killing Joke in theater for one night.
Wow.
Before they release it out on DVD and Blu-ray that next Tuesday. We're teaming up with the theater and the Android's Dungeon, which is a comic book shop there in the mall, actually, where the theater's attached to in Plainfield. Yeah, we're going to be out there giving away free passes, and we got some other surprises. There's going to be a cosplay contest. We're just still trying to work all that stuff out this weekend. So we'll have more info soon. Hopefully by tomorrow night, finished all up and everyone can see. So,
if I wasn't going to be on vacation, I would so go. But I am, so I can't. Darn. Anyway.
Sounds like you're going to be one busy guy, Billy.
Yeah.
Or you already are.
Extremely busy. Full-time job in this, and then all the promotion stuff behind it. Yeah, I'm ready for 401 on August 28th, because then I can take a breath.
right. Well,
We have a stray Mitch that just
Hi.
popped in here.
We went out for dinner for my mom and sister's birthdays.
Hey,
So
no problem.
We just got home.
No problem. Well, you'll just have
all
to
good.
you'll have to listen to back and hear everything you missed up until this point right now.
Yeah.
This is kind of just how we roll. It's
Pretty much.
We do a podcast as well, and we're they just tell me when to turn on the phone, and I do. I don't. Yeah, I don't even listen to it, to be honest with you. I tell everybody
That's kind of how we roll too, actually. So it works for us. If it works for you, more power to you.
fantastic.
It took them 2 years to get me to do it. I refused.
And look at you now.
Yeah. So, well, awesome. Well, we will put links to the website and the Facebook and all the other fun stuff in our show notes. And I know I think I've not retweeted, re-Instagrammed a couple of your guys' Instagram posts. So
Okay.
keep doing that as I remember to, because I forget. Yeah, I have my own personal Instagram plus ours, and try. You gotta I post on mine and then forget the other one exists, and then get on the other one and then forget to post on mine. So.
I understand. Any little bit helps.
Yeah,
It's greatly appreciated.
absolutely. And we're all for supporting, the smaller shows that are working on growing, and especially the ones that are done by local folks for the local community.
Absolutely.
We're all for supporting that. So, whatever we can do to help get the word out, just let us know, and
Greatly appreciated.
we'll do what we can.
Well,
so.
thank you for coming on and talking to us
Thanks for putting up with me.
all of you things you're doing. No, you were, and just a reminder to our listeners where you can find all of our stuff. Our website is the 5ish Fangirls Podcast.blogspot.com. You can find links to our Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter and Tumblr, and what else do we have? We have Pinterest. And I have to think about this. And are also on iTunes and YouTube. And leave us a review. You can donate to us on Patreon and also support us through the Amazon store, which I did this morning because I found out that the Ghostbusters animated series was going for pretty cheap on DVD. So I'm like, I want that. So I remembered to log into our website first. Well,
Awesome.
You don't have to log in. You just go to the website.
Yeah,
But
click on the link.
click on the link.
Yep. Awesome.
So,
all right. Well, with that,
we are.
I guess we're about done. Quick piece of housekeeping for our dear listeners. We will be off next weekend. I will be on vacation. Actually, Mitch will be on vacation. So, obviously, the show would still go on if Mitch was on vacation, but it doesn't when I'm on vacation, unfortunately. So,
Rachel is our technical wizard.
yeah. So we will be off next week, but I will put up as usual. I will hand pick one of our older shows that's not in the iTunes feed yet and put that up, so that will appear in your feed sometime next weekend, and then we will be back with scarily enough, or surprisingly enough, or amazingly enough, show 100, where we will be talking San Diego Comic-Con, because that is happening next weekend, and I will be frantically trying to catch up on everything I missed while I'm on vacation. All the announcements. So,
Yeah. And stay on our Facebook page. I'll be posting San Diego Comic-Con news and updates, the big ones that come out as they. So you won't be without us completely.
Right.
Just not on the podcast, but yeah, check out. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and such.
Yep.
Because there will still be stuff going on.
Very much so. That's where we're at with the next couple of weeks. So just heads up for everyone. So, all right. So with that, we will sign off for this week.
All right, this is Chrissy in Salt Lake City saying goodnight.
This is Holly from Wisconsin saying good evening.
Mitch saying good night from Ontario.
And this is Rachel in Indianapolis, Indiana. Bye, everyone. been listening to the Five-ish Fangirls podcast. Any and all movies, books, games, and other forms of media mentioned are owned and operated by their respective copyright holders. No copyright infringement is intended or implied.